All right, what's up? Tommy here with another video. We have made progress since the last video. Mainly the roof. The roof is on. Really, with the manual method, you know, some people have a telehandler to lift 3,000 pounds of shingles and sheathing and a whole bunch of nails and everything up there. Not on my budget, buddy. Nope, I got 2 sticks and a ladder and a rope. Let's go! So, put up a lot of sheathing, and really just like most of that was just over the weekend, a couple weekends ago. Really wonderful experience, like I said, with Parker. We tacked up a whole lot of pieces of 5/8 inch 4-stripe. Learned the difference between 3-stripe and 4-stripe plywood during all this. Put all that plywood up, just kind of tacked it down temporarily, and then handed my buddy the nail gun, and I was like, you want to go shoot them all down? He was like, what's the nailing schedule? I was like, 6 inches. Bam! Didn't see him for an hour and a half. Heard him the whole time, though, just bop, 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 bopping. So, I guess that's all to say. Been a pleasure working with you, Parker, so far. While we were doing the roof sheathing, or at least right before the roof sheathing, I had to do penetrations, because there is no other perfect time than to do penetrations when you can still see that Adhero 3000 acting as the vapor open membrane on the outside. So since I have holes going through multiple layers of my roof, you know, I mean, it's going through, everything's going through all layers, basically. So had to really nicely detail each of these penetrations to the Adhero, and then poke holes in the plywood, and then tar and seal it up. I even added a little bit of spray foam, which I think just really sealed the deal right there on. That is air freaking tight. So real happy with that. Let me show you these skylights real quick. Skylights right here. 3 of them. Honestly, from the outside, kind of looks like a little anti-air artillery shell. That's not what I'm going for, though. I'm trying to let light in. And I wanted to let light in. Actually, we just passed the spring equinox a couple weeks ago. Here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have the angle of these 6-inch PVC skylights pointed with the equinox angle. So that way, on the equinox, as I had them installed, I could draw circles on the ground and mark out where that sunshine is going to hit at noon, and then I could base my tile job off that. That did not happen because that angle was going to like hit on the other side of the wall, and I kind of wanted them right there, so just went at them perpendicular to the roof, nothing to do with where the sun's at. And I think that's going to work out okay. This angle should be sometime in between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. And then, you know, and then again on the other side of the summer solstice. I think it'll be fun. We got 3 of them here, 1 in the upstairs kind of bedroom area. Also had to put this radon pipe in that I was not originally planning on, but it seems like I should totally put a radon pipe in because I need that. It needs to be 10 feet away from the window. I might have to snake it up. It's going to be good. Got all the penetrations in. Needed to do that at that time so I could move on to slap some underlayment on the roof, and then we put shingles up. So the next kind of goal-ish that I'm shooting for in general is passing this framing inspection, which I want to get all the interior framing done prior to that, which led me to work on the staircase as the thing to focus on next. It's been kind of a fun learning experience being like, oh my freaking gosh, there is 100 million different things to do in this house. What do I do right now? What do I use this workday for? And so, you know, sometimes you just got to be like, I'm working on this. Set the other million things aside. I'm working on this. So came in here sometime last week, and I was like, all right, let's take some quick time lapses. quick time lapses of framing up all these walls and everything. And then I was like, well, hold on. Where's the staircase going to go? Originally, I was going to have it coming down right here. And then I just started to feel like this is really getting into the middle of the living room quite a bit. So then I came up with this whirly-do design where you walk in up here, start going up, and keep on going up and around. And, you know, I'm over here working, and I'm like, is this going to pass inspection? Where, you know, did I look up the code for this kind of staircase? I didn't even know what this kind of staircase was called because it's got sort of a straight shoot. It's got this whirl. There's sort of a straight shot right here. What do you call this? And what's the code for this? Well, IRC 2021 rule page of here's what we do for winding staircases. And this staircase is so it's close to passing, but nope. I'm going to rip it out. We've already got this far, and, you know, that's okay. It's not going to pass. It eats up into the bathroom more than I was originally planning, so I think I'm actually going to go back to the original plan. Big staircase right here, because that's really going to create this nook. Because the fridge, stove, kitchen sink is going to be right there. And I think that'll really keep the feng shui of the living room doing pretty good. Building that reminds me of this little project. This is the house I currently live in right now that I also Airbnb on the weekends. And it's a really fun, creative process building this trap door area above the Jefferson stairs. There was several different factors to take into account of, like, I wanted to be able to walk right here. This door needed to be able to open, but also not hit the ceiling. And, like, had to have a wall right here. This actually should have a little bit more barrier in front of it, but really was excited to have this trap door be able to close, which it does. A slow close, isn't that fun? Boop. So I ended up rebuilding this thing like 3 different times because I was like, well, maybe this is the design. Maybe that's the design. Maybe, nope, that one's not going to work out. And I've realized that that's okay. That's just sometimes a very somewhat inefficient way of building, for sure. And thankfully I can use SketchUp as a tool, this 3D modeler, just to, like, take a look at where things are actually going to be and lay it all out slightly better than I can do mentally. And I'm excited for the stairs to come out because I had this feeling of like, this is a first draft of the stairs and I'm already building it. It's a first draft. I'm calling it a first draft. Well, why am I building? Is it going to pass? No, it's not going to pass. That's okay. Back to the drawing board. Here we go. I really like this double whirl staircase right here. It really opens it up for the kitchen. Throw some pantry stuff under there. Maybe a fridge if it's tall enough. So, and that saves the kitchen. I was originally thinking some staircases. A staircase would go like this, but that would really run into the wall almost over there in the corner. I don't think there's enough room for that. That last staircase design back there, that would start to run across the window, and I didn't really want that. I would like a catwalk. That was gonna be a fun idea from one loft to the other. Maybe it won't be down the middle. Maybe I will still have an actual catwalk, like a real small one just for cats. Also thinking about these Jefferson stairs over here, that would really frame out a mud closet behind or under them for the front area. So yeah, these are coming along, or at least the design is coming along, and at this time I'm working on doors and windows, so trying to get the last couple windows ordered and on site and sand prime paint the doors. Not getting the most expensive doors and windows because I want to do some kind of like automatically rolling up and down thermal curtains, especially for the windows, so that I can kind of get away with having some regular cost-effective windows while adding an extra layer. So get ready for all the fun, cool little nitty-gritty things.